The sky is falling down.
Indeed it is.
There you go. And look, it's us again. This is the last album that we're going to do that starts with B. It is, again, Black Sabbath, but a very different Black Sabbath.
It is.
So after
Tell
Ozzy...
us what.
Well, after Ozzy got kicked out in sort of late 79, people assumed that Black Sabbath was over, right? They reckoned without the three magic words, and those three magic words are Ronnie James Dio. But I mean, this is a very divisive album. There is always going to be people out there that say, it's not Black Sabbath without Ozzy, right? And is that fair, George? Is that a fair...
Look, I mean, you'll never ever not have Black Sabbath known, anything other than the Ozzy era when it first comes to mind. But
Right.
this, Ronnie James Dio,
Yeah.
you cannot go past this as a monumental
It is
moment in Black Sabbath.
It really is. In fact, it would have been a lot easier for them if they just changed the name of the band when this record came out. Of course, they had to use Heaven and Hell later when Sharon got her hooks into it.
Yeah, that's it.
But this is a classic. It's side one of this record. It
Breaks
has,
open, doesn't it?
yeah, Neon Nights,
man.
the greatest heavy metal song of all time. I will fight people in the car park, mate.
We might be having a dust up at the end of this.
Into Children of the Sea, into Lady Evil, into Heaven
What
and
a
Hell.
song.
I mean, come on,
that
man.
song. Heaven and Hell, man.
But we
What a
want to
song.
hear from you guys this week, right? We want to hear from the Aussie fans. We want to hear from the Dio fans. We want to hear everyone in between.
We want to hear from
you know.
everyone. Who do you prefer?
Who do you prefer and why?
Yeah.
Right, why? Because this, to
It's a
me,
hard
is...
call, Jace,
it really is.
It's a hard call to call on people. I love a bit of both,
Yep.
There's fantastic parts of each. And there's also some parts we'll probably forget about.
There's some rubbish,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Look,
Absolutely.
I think, Ronnie James Dio went on to have the most magnificent career in his own right. Yes, he
Yeah.
did play with other bands as well as this, but
Yeah.
for me, I hear this and I think this is just that seamless segue into what became Dio's solo career.
That's right. He would still perform these songs. in his
Absolutely,
solo
and
gigs,
look, whilst it's got Black Sabbath, as the stamp behind it, yeah, for me it's Dio, and it really did spark for me where I thought this is Dio in his own right is the king of metal.
That's right. This is an album that's very near and dear to all of our hearts. But yeah, tell us what you think. We're going to move through the alphabet, I think, next week. So this is the
Time
B
to
for
move on.
time to move on. This is B for Black Sabbath. On behalf of Jason, and Jason, we are Nakatomi Plaza. See you soon.